Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark guy, and I am back with part 2 of my Kershaw Discontinued collection. As you guys know, I'm just doing a quick run-through of all these knives, letting you know what I actually have in Kershaw Discontinued lineup. Most of these knives came out in the late 1990s and early 2000s, so I don't have any knives here released after 2010. All these were like released prior to 2010, so these are kind of all very, very special discontinued knives that Kershaw no longer makes. Sort of a history of where they are, you know, where they were going, where they were, where they're going, and where they are now. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to just bring the collection out and just go over all the knives again. Just name them and then the model number, and I'll tell you real quickly what made them so special, and then we're going to move on. So the first one is a Kershaw Lahar. This one is really a big one, really a big knife. Steel on this is VG10. Knife was, I believe it was, yeah, again, made in the USA. I guess the blade is from Japan, VG10 steel. Model number on this one is 1750. It's got a nice black wash pocket clip on it. Really nice knife, really great ergos on it. Beautiful drop point blade on that. Just big, hefty, good all-purpose, heavy-duty piece. Do like that one. The next one is a Ken Onion design again. This is the Kershaw Boa. I love this one. Yeah, the Kershaw Boa. Again with the locks. If you saw in my last video, I mentioned they had a lot of locks. This knife's got a lock on it again. So basically you push that down, and now you can eject the knife. This is actually a better version of a knife lock than the one they had before. Yeah. So Kershaw Boa in all aluminum scales. It's got these sort of like aluminum, it's got a nice aluminum scale with these sort of like indentations in them, making it sort of a nice grip. Kind of similar with the holes to the Kershaw Cyclone that I brought out in the last video with the circles. That's probably like a Ken Onion thing, I'm sure. Really nice knife. This one is an S60V steel. S60V steel. So Kershaw back then was experimenting with steels, I guess. And S60V was considered a high-end steel. It's a steel, I believe, that is no longer around anymore. That's another reason why I collected these Kershaw Discontinued knives. Is that because you don't see these kinds of knives with this sort of steel on it. So yeah, S60V, imagine that, really nice. Kershaw Boa, designed by Ken Onion. The next one is Kershaw Ram, designed by G&G Hawk, which was that weird knife that you saw earlier, the ET toggle. They also designed this one. G&G Hawk, Grant Gavin Hawk, introduced this knife in, I believe it was 2006. And one interesting feature about this knife, it's got 3 different thumb studs on it. So that's another interesting thing. They put, instead of 1 thumb stud, you get 3 of them. And then they have the Hawk Lock. Now the Hawk Lock doesn't lock the blade closed, it locks the blade open. So basically, you have your flipper, flip it open, and then to close the knife, instead of, you know, maybe a frame lock or a sub lock or liner lock, basically they put the lock here on the side of the knife, and now you can close the knife. So really kind of cool. All aluminum scales with G10 inlay on them, really nice. The flipper design on this is very effective. I mean, with almost no effort, you can just open the knife. This is a manual design. Very, very rare knife to find these days. I have not seen one of these on eBay for a super duper long time. It's just a real rare knife to have. Model number on this one is 1910. In case you guys are interested in maybe trying to see if you can find yourself one of these, good luck. Again, the Kershaw Boa is back in my collection. Thought you saw that knife, man. Yeah, you did. This one is a composite blade in SG2 steel. Really nice. The top part of the knife, I believe, is, yeah, it's SG2 steel, and the bottom, I believe, is D2. So, if I'm wrong about that, shoot me, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Again, tin onion design, subframe lock. This one is the Kershaw Steven Seagal knife. I've actually bought this knife like 3 times. I bought it and then got rid of it, then bought it and then got rid of it, then bought it again. I promise this time it's going to stay in my collection. I keep getting rid of it because, number one, I'm really not much of a Steven Seagal fan. If you're going to pick someone or a martial artist to make a knife out of, why not? I don't know, why not like freaking Bruce Lee? But I just didn't really think Steven Seagal was worth having a knife made for. I mean, I don't really consider him a true martial artist. That's just my opinion. Any of you guys out there feel differently, I apologize. So this knife has got some sort of stingray leather on it. This is the leather that was actually chosen by Steven Seagal. He's got this material on his samurai sword. So to have it be a folder in honor of him, they decided to use the same stingray leather. Feels really weird, like a bubbly type of a texture, but it does work. It does have good grip, good texture. I can't say that it's not a beautiful knife, because I think it is a beautiful knife. I just don't like Steven Seagal. So manual design, designed by Ken Onion in honor of Steven Seagal. You can still find that one occasionally on eBay. I mean, not as great a shape as this one, but you can find it. This is the Kershaw Speedform 2. The Speedform 1 is incredibly rare, and yes, I have that one also. So this is the Kershaw Speedform 2 in LMAX steel, model number 3550. This is an in-house design, no designer associated with it. Opens very nice and smooth. The steel on it is just fantastic. One of my favorite steels, LMAX. In fact, every time I see an LMAX knife, I find myself buying it. I just kind of love that steel. It's really great material. Liner lock design. Really pretty. G10 scales on that, as well as backspacer. So the model number on this one, in case you're interested, is 3550, and you can still find this knife on eBay anywhere between like $125 and $150 for this knife. Again, this is a collectible. So if you remember in the last video, I brought out the Kershaw Barrage. This is its twin, the more normal version that you could buy anywhere, and it's also discontinued. They don't make it anymore. Kershaw Salvo with 14C28N steel, model number 2445. This is an in-house design, not associated with any maker. Really nice. Probably one of the most interesting things about this knife is how small the thumb stud is on this knife. You can flick it open pretty easy, but it does take quite a little practice to catch that on your thumb. Make sure you're getting it and then flip it out. You have to get used to it. You know, those of you guys with big hands, you may not be able to flip this one. Again, the Tech Trek feature, which is no longer around anymore, but I think it's a great material. Feels kind of like that grippy welcome carpet that you see on some of your neighbors' lawns. That's basically neighbors' homes. That's basically what this feels like. Kershaw Salvo. This is the latest discontinued knife I bought. I bought this about a week ago. In fact, I did a video on it a couple of weeks back. The Kershaw Camber in S30V steel. Nice stonewash blade. Another in-house design. No maker associated with it. Model number 1678 with S30V steel. Again, subframe locks. Subframe locks were real popular, 10, 15 years ago. And you can see on this one how well made it out, how they actually make it, where they screw the entire subframe lock inside the aluminum scale. So that's kind of cool. One of the things I don't like that sticks out with a sore thumb is that you can see Kershaw Speed Safe USA written large in white on the front of the knife. I don't like to have a lot of writing on my knives, but this is basically the look that Kershaw went with. But I think they did that to let you know that it's a special knife with a special steel. Nice stone wash design on the blade. Again, the blade is S30V steel. Back when S30V steel was considered a really high-end knife, now they got all these other incredible steels that are out there now that they didn't have 10 years ago. So this is the limited edition Frank Centofonte knife I was talking about in the last video. We have Frank Centofonte's signature on the front, and then on the back we have Ken Onion on the back. It also comes with a leather pouch, which I have, which is actually in a box. I didn't bring it out. There's the mother of pearl inlays I was talking about on the knife. Really very pretty. Just a cool little collectible piece. One clip style blade. Really nice. Love this one. Hardly ever carry it either. So, in fact, I actually don't carry any of these. I just pull these out every once in a while. Just look at them, enjoy them, and flip them, and then put them back. I mean, they're basically safe queens, right? Because they're all no longer around. Again, two of the same knife. Oh, man, what's going on? Well, this one was an X60V steel. This one is an S30V steel. This is the more common one. Same design knife. The only difference is this one is an S30V. So, Ken Onion design, Kershaw Boa. I could probably keep this one in the collection and then beat the crap out of this one, but I don't even want to do that either. So, Kershaw Avalanche. If you can find one of these, it's a very, very rare piece because this one is the uncoated blade one. I don't know how many of these they made. I know it's something like only 20 of them were released in this blade finish. It's real rare. So I had to have it. This knife was made in 1998, I believe, or 2000. I'm sorry, my mistake. Maybe it came out in 2000. I'll have to double check on that. But I do know it was made right around, I'm going to say 1998, 1999, somewhere in there. I don't know why it said 2000. I'm pretty sure it's an early model knife. Because he remade the later versions of this knife in a coated finished version. And if you can find an uncoated finished version like this one, good luck to you, because it's real rare. Hang on to it, because I think I saw this knife was worth something like $264 or something. That was 10 years ago. Not 264, but I have no idea what it's worth now. It's in a very rare old steel called CPM 440V steel, model number 1570. Yeah, this is a Ken Onion design. Avalanche, really pretty. And now, again, this one is a super rare one, and I'm kind of sorry I don't remember all the information on it. I'm trying to get one with a straight blade on it. This is the knife that got Ken Onion his job at Kershaw. Now, what makes this knife so special is that the entire knife is made completely by hand. Not by one person. This knife was probably only touched by 8 people when they put it together. But everything on this knife is custom made. All of the micarta scales were filed down by hand, put together completely by hand, polished completely by hand, which makes this knife very, very rare and very sought after by a lot of collectors. Again, CPM 440V steel, model number 1520 ST. I'm still going to try and get in the future this piece in a straight blade. I'm going to keep this one, but yeah, I really want a straight blade. I know it's going to probably cost me a fortune, but I'm probably going to try and get a hold of it because it's an important knife in the history of Kershaw. So really want to have that. Just really do. So there you have it, the entire Kershaw Part 2 Discontinued collection. I'm going to be back again with a third set of knives. Just going to go over all of my Kershaw Discontinued collection. Just going to get that out of the way because I've been ignoring it, because on the front of my website, on the front of my channel, it actually says Kershaw Discontinued, and you're kind of wondering where the hell are all discontinued knives. So now I'm bringing them out so you guys can take a look and see what I got. Some of you guys may own some of these, or, you know, but probably don't own all of these. Maybe some of you do, I don't know. But I'm proud of this collection. It's a collection that I have been collecting over the years, you know, and I still collect. I'm still collecting this, making this collection, trying to see how big I can get this guy. I was invited by Blade HQ about 4 years ago to go on, but I just didn't get around to that. I don't know if I'm ever going to meet anybody on Blade HQ again, but I do hope maybe I'll get offered again sometime in the future. Who knows? So this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, and I'll be back with part 3. See you later.